youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Our first story is on Westbrook. So, Oklahoma City Thunder guard Russell Westbrook declined to share his thoughts on Wednesday about the Utah Jazz issuing a lifetime ban to fan Shane Kiesel for the incident that occurred during Monday night's game. In a statement, Westbrook said when he was asked for his reaction, he said, "If you want to talk about tonight's game, we can do it. If not, enjoy your night." Now, Thunder guard Billy Donovan called the incident an unfortunate situation and credited the Jazz for how quickly they responded with a ban. In his statement, Donovan said, "It sheds a light sometimes these things that players have to deal with during the course of the games. It is unfortunate because I think a lot of people do come to the games as fans and want to root and cheer their team on. But those situations are really unfortunate. If anything, it brings light to something of the league along the players. Everybody can try to make it better."
Yes. So, I think this story has made more than enough rounds, but to cover the bases, basically, Westbrook was on court and there was a fan that was yelling at him. According to the fan, he said, and this is what irritates me about people that think that because you are a popular person or you are a, I don't want to say celebrity, but you're a famous person or something, that they can insult you and abuse you, and all you have to do is smile. Because it's supposed to be part of your job to be more tolerant. And so he's there, he's poking at Russell Westbrook, trying to get his attention. And he's saying the wrong things, like go back to where you came from, things that have tones about him being black. And Russell Westbrook is having none of it. So Russell Westbrook stands up and starts yelling back at him. And according to the wife, the guy who was sitting with his wife, he said his wife didn't say anything, but Russell Westbrook said his wife also joined him in trying to, irritate him. And then he said, "I will beep you up and your wife." So the NBA fined Russell Westbrook $25,000. But thank you. But the fan has been banned. So now everywhere Russell Westbrook goes, everyone's asking, why do you want to hit a woman? Russell Westbrook is just here like, I'm just responding to the people that have been jiving me things. Apparently, this guy, even on social media, just picks on Russell Westbrook and says all those crazy things. Why do people do that? Sometimes people just come into your mentions to try and get your attention by saying something really irritating. They try to rile you up, and in their mind they'll go back and tell their friends, "You see, I engage her like this. We're fighting on Twitter." And for me, I can't. If I were your friend, I'd ask you if you really need help, because
there are some people on social
media.
Yeah,
that's so what they do is they do that to get your attention, and it's very. So if you come into my mentions or you come into my DM with your supposed constructive criticism or the other side of the story, I will block you. I don't even have time for that nonsense. I will straight, because people do it and they think it's good. Like you're supposed to be a celebrity, you're supposed to be tolerant. I'm your customer. No, I'm not selling anything. I'm giving my opinion. If you like it, if you don't like it, I'm not selling you anything. You don't have to buy. It's just contrary to popular belief. So don't come and tell me I'm your customer. I'm always right. Travel very far. And so people do that. And even the guy stated it himself that, he was trying to have a conversation with him. What kind of conversation do you want to have with somebody that are telling you to go back to where he came from? Where did he come from, if not from Oklahoma?
That's a big question.
I don't know where else.
All right, let's go on. Tega, to some Formula One news. Now, this one is sad news, difficult to grasp. Shock tributes as after pivotal F1 figures sudden death. Now, Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel expressed shock yesterday as the sudden death of long-standing race director Charlie Whitten plunged Formula One into mourning on the eve of the new season. The 66-year-old Briton suffered a pulmonary embolism as he prepared for Sunday's Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne. FIA President Jean Todt said in a statement, "It is with immense sadness that I learned of Charlie's sudden passing. I have known Charlie Whitten for many years, and he has been a great race director, a central and inimitable figure in Formula One who embodied ethics and spirit of this fantastic sport. Formula One has lost a faithful friend and a charismatic ambassador."
Yeah, really, really sad. Just like everybody getting ready for the new F1 season. We're also excited. He too traveled to Melbourne, getting ready for it, and then he passes on. blood clot to the heart.
And a sudden death like that.
It was blood clot to the heart. No,
Mm.
it's no negotiation. And so it's such a shock to the system. Like you sleep one night and say hi Charlie Whiting and wake up the next day and you hear he's dead from where to where. It's just so sad. But I guess they're going to have to find a way to balance it. The mood was a little toned down. I mean, if you watch from when they appeared in Melbourne, there was so much drama going on, and then the news of his passing comes on, and the tone just goes down. But I hope that somehow they will find a way to get through this and then maybe carry on from there. But it's just shocking that Charlie Whiting. So I'm looking at the press conference without Charlie Whiting. Is that what you're saying? I'm looking at the driver's press conference, no Charlie Whiting. It's strange to me. It's just it's not something I'm seeing. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. But going to the race this weekend, so far in the practice 1 and practice 2 sessions, Lewis Hamilton has been faster. In fact, Mercedes has been faster. Vettel comes close behind them, but Charles Leclerc in the second Ferrari was still as low as 7th or 9th. And then Verstappen right behind them. So it doesn't look like much has changed from last season, regardless of the fact that Vettel and Ferrari were the fastest during the testing in Barcelona. They haven't been the fastest this race. I don't know if they're sandbagging, holding back and waiting for the race day to surprise everybody. But so far, Mercedes seem to be the ones that are having a smooth weekend.
Wow, how the tables turn. World number 8, Angelique Kerber, denied Venus Williams' second straight Indian Wells semi-final appearance on Thursday, downing the 7-time Grand Slam champion 7-6, 7-3, 6-3 in the quarterfinals. Now, Germany's Kerber, a 3-time Grand Slam winner, dominated the tiebreaker to grab a hard-fought first set that featured 4 breaks on serve. Now, Kerber booked a semi-final showdown with red-hot Belinda Bencic, who stretched her WTA match-winning streak to 12-0 with a 6-3, 4-6, 6-3 victory over 5th-ranked Karolina Pliskova. Now, of course, I'm very confident is what Bencic says when she was asked how she felt. She says, I'm not putting pressure on myself even now. I'm just playing. The less I think on the court, the better it is. But when you're confident, you can trust your instincts and you don't have to think about it at all. I'm definitely playing how I feel like, and it's going so well, so I'm not planning on changing that.
Yeah, really so interesting. First of all, with Angelique Kerber and Venus Williams, it was more about the fact that Venus Williams was making errors because Angelique Kerber's game was cleaner. She defended her serves very well. She fought on Venus's points, but again, Venus was very strong. But that tie break, it just came down to who had the neater game. And then Venus gave up that break, and Angelique Kerber just went on from there. But for Belinda Bencic, she's been knocking out top 10 players like no man's business. Like if you're top 10 and you're facing Belinda Bencic now since Dubai, it's most likely you're going to lose. Like she's just taking out their scalps and she's so happy and she's enjoying it. Like there's no pressure on her. She's moved up to world number 23 now. She's always had that in her arsenal. It's just she's very inconsistent. But so far she has from the Dubai tournament to now, she has been a little consistent. But the thing about this is that when you knock out top 10 players like this, the next tournament, the kind of target that will be on your back, like they won't even smile at you. Once they get on court, it's business. And so I'm afraid that she's on a high now, and the crash may not be too far, and it may be very hard. But so far so good. She's had quite a good run. It's looking great from here. She's in the semi-finals. If she goes on, to maybe get into the final and then win it, fantastic run. For once, she would have delivered on her potential. But if she doesn't, like I said, this WTA is not smiling.
Wow.
They will deck you.
Lagos, let's take a break. We're still sharing sports stories inside of the locker room here with Tega on Smooth 98.1. Oh my God.
No. The wrong thing. I need tissue, please, tissue.
With some car insurance, you pay a lot and have coverage.
The thing is that you shouldn't argue with her.
No, but he needs to tell her.
She's not above correction.
No, I don't say above correction. It's if you're correcting.
The car insurance for you.
Okay, but do you understand what I'm saying? It's about the fact that either it's another time, or because if not, it's not. It's a war. You're not going to get through. Do you understand?
Thank you.
No, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that you shouldn't don't check and know at the point or when she's not international because already you got your responses. You had gone on WhatsApp. You've gotten your responses to that. Bless you, Taylor.
Thank you.
You get the things that you have not touched before. You listen to brand new music. Now, keep discovering with Molfix newborn diaper. Its soft and breathable surface gently touches your baby's skin. Its ultra-absorbent structure locks the liquid
It's
in,
just sad.
provides the
So we're going to do the version.
Try one. Molfix. Happy to take
Yeah, the mention. So when do you want to do it? When we come back now, or before the Liverpool story? You said?
It was supposed to be before the Liverpool story, but are we coming back at 7, 8, 20,
We're
30?
coming, no. We're coming back before 8:30.
Okay, so if we're coming back at
8:30, okay,
No.
we'll come back at 8:31.
if you're coming back at 8:31, then we do the Liverpool story.
Before the
Then we'll do the Liverpool story before the Barcelona story.
Barcelona story. Thank God. Please, is this man called Usman or Usman Dembele?
Usmani Dembele.
Usmani.
Usman Dembele.
Usman Dembele. Okay. All right, Liverpool. Where is our Arsenal story, please? Thank you.
We don't care about us. It's Europa. We don't talk
Yeah,
about
whatever.
poor people's league.
Your idle money is instantly put to work round the clock to generate profits for you even while you're asleep. To learn more, visit www.i-investng.com or download the app from your app store and let your money
Hello
work
to
for
everyone
you.
who's watching.
I
Thank you
invest
very
when
much for
money
tuning in.
never sleeps.
Tega, say hi so
Powered
they can
by
see your face,
Sterling
please. See, we can't see your face, Tega.
I don't know what people are doing in my face. All you need is my voice.
No.
Free me, Jare.
That's why it's visual.
absolutely make your day.
If you want to see Tega's face, say I. Just put an I in the comment box if you'd like to see her face.
Big Brother Niger pop-up channel. Get your popcorn ready, everyone, because DSTV and GoTV customers are in for a big treat. And here's a hint: who said 25 million naira was nothing? Can anyone guess? Who walked the thin tall line of marriage and being a contestant? Who was the queen of the diary room? And can anyone still explain what based on logistics really is? Sure, you're cracking up right now.
No.
Just like yesterday, when Big Brother Niger Seagobe season went down with your favorites, Efe, Bisola, Uriel, T-Boss,
Thanks,
Beyonce,
Gabriel.
and other amazing contestants. Also,
What did
who can
Gabriel do?
ever forget
Gabriel
the
said I should
2018
mute
Double
her mic.
Wahala
I can hear
season? That's perhaps still the biggest season till date.
We should
with
mute
the
her mic.
ever-vibrant housemates like Miracle, Alex.
Why? You're supposed to
Tina,
hear us. We are gossiping. You're supposed to hear the gossip. You don't like gossip.
and so on. Indeed, drama never gets old.
You're supposed to see what happens behind the scene, not everything, because sometimes it's like Big Brother, we forget that you guys are actually there. But the main point is for you guys to be a part of what goes
Yes.
on, during
Yes.
the show, beyond the
That's
show.
what it is.
So remember,
This person doesn't like gossip. He doesn't like gossip. Can't help you.
Exclusively on DSTV channel 198.
So somebody ate something sticky and left it on my mouse.
Wow.
And I suspect total football, guys.
Oh, they were here last night, but that game finished very late last night.
Yeah, but I don't care. But clean what you eat.
Who
Who is talking about? I'm saying that they were here till that late.
Well, they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to go after their show. No, we didn't even show it now because it's not on DSTV.
No, but they were here though. weren't they?
Yeah, for their show.
Oh right.
But the game is not on DSTV.
Oh, no wonder. I was going to watch it somewhere.
Yeah, the game is not on DSTV.
Okay. I thought it was just.
Make sure you stay connected.
Yeah,
I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch it with these boys.
yeah. He run from his house because of us.
Okay, Big Brother Gabriel is watching. Thank you, Gabriel.
Big Brother Niger is brought to
Oh,
you by
look at that.
DSTV
Big
and
Brother
GoTV,
Niger.
and is proudly sponsored by Bet Niger.
Oh boy.
Hi, this is Shalala Thompson, and this is my definition of love.
No.
Love is waking up in the morning knowing you don't have to go to work. Love is binge watching Family Guy on a rainy day while sipping on your favorite beverage.
Preferably Irish. Giggity.
Love is finding money in your shirt pockets days before payday. And
All right, guys.
love is smooth. Meets
Love music. Love life.
Mike's up.
Welcome. This is still Smooth 98.1, and we are in the locker room with Tega. Good morning, Tega. And this is Smooth Breakfast with Valentine.
And Ayo.
And right now, we are going to go on to some of our stories. Don't forget, if you'd like to be a part of the conversation, we see you on YouTube. So thank you very much for your comments, Gabriel Aldu. But if you'd like to also be a part of that family, you can go on to YouTube and search Smooth 98.1 FM, and it should take you to our page where we're live streaming. Also on WhatsApp, you can send your message. Please do not call 0809 444 0981. On Twitter, we're there at
Smooth 981 FM. Use that hashtag locker room 981.
Right, so we go on to this story here. Liverpool aiming to steal a match on title rival City. Now, riding the crest of a wave after their superb victory over Bayern Munich, Liverpool have the perfect opportunity to edge back in front in a titanic Premier League title race at struggling Fulham on Sunday. With leaders Manchester City continuing their audacious pursuit of a quadruple the previous day in the FA Cup quarter-final, Liverpool have the chance to sneak 2 points clear of Pep Guardiola's sight with victory at Craven Cottage.
Yes, the big news this weekend, Manchester City will be in the FA Cup and Liverpool, so they'll have that game in hand, and then Liverpool traveling to Fulham, 19th place Fulham. So not a big, they guaranteed 3 points and guaranteed goals. So it's an opportunity for them to frog jump Manchester City. But talking about the Premiership, remember you can watch a Premiership match for free this weekend on Kwesi TV. All you need to do is turn your TVs to UHF 32, or better still, just download the Kwesi iFlix on your phone, so you can have it anytime, anywhere. Nobody should come and say, Tega, what are the scores? I will not discuss scores for you. Right now, I'm telling you, just go and download the Kwesi iFlix. We can only discuss the match, but we will not discuss score line. So do that, and you can catch a game this Saturday at 4 p.m. Okay. Leicester City, I think Burnley is also on the platform on Saturday. So watch it there, and that EPL thing is sponsored by the Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the EPL. But going back to the game, Liverpool now, crazy thing, they are on a high. First of all, they beat Bayern Munich 3-1 in Germany, which I expected them to do. I expected them to come out of this
time.
When
we ask you for predictions, you say
no, but I did say Liverpool had the advantage. Because Niko Kovac had, I mean, he's struggling to get a grasp of this Bayern Munich side, and if you ask me, I said it, I thought he should have been fired by November. But even with my watch, he's back at the top of Bundesliga, so maybe that was why he was able to keep his job. But what it is that it showed how poor he was again when they stepped up against the Liverpool side, and then Liverpool winning that game and coming to this weekend, they're facing an easy side. Fulham has considered so many goals. There should be a new rule for them not to have a goalkeeper, just maybe 11 outfield players. That will help them. They are terrible. And so with the form Mane is in, with the form Virgil van Dijk is in, with the form Mo Salah is in, and Firmino, they'll score goals. And so they're going to the top of the table this weekend, if you ask me, guaranteed, barring any miracle. Not the one that Fulham will just wake up tomorrow and turn to a James Bond team. That would be shocking. I know it's football, but I know it's football. But 19th place Fulham. If Liverpool doesn't win, I don't know what I should do to Klopp. So it's almost guaranteed. Manchester City, on the other hand, will have to wait to see if they can grab the top. They're still chasing 4 titles, so let's see how it goes for them.
All right. Messages here on WhatsApp. Taya from Yaba says, well, first, Jack Grealish, now Westbrook. We're beginning to witness an ugly trend of spectacular violence or spectator violence. He said, these are people with psychology, emotion, or other unseen variables that ignorant spectators are opening their loud mouths for amusement, while sporting regulators need to rise up to their responsibility before something unpleasant happens to either of them.
All right, Toby Ademola says, congrats to the Blues for last night's victory. English clubs are sending signals to the European clubs. All the English clubs qualified in their European competitions, I beg your pardon.
Competitions. Mobisola says, I, for one, I think that a lot of his supporters do not come out. Oh, you are talking about some other issues. Well, thank you so much for your messages. Keep them coming to WhatsApp, 0809-444-0981. Now, Barcelona have ruled French forward Ousmane Dembele out of playing for a month with a hamstring injury, endangering his chances of featuring in the Champions League quarterfinals and much of the final stretch of Barca's bid to win La Liga. The statement that was released by the La Liga leaders, on Thursday, he said, well, tests have confirmed that Ousmane Dembele has turned his left hamstring. The expected time out is between 3 and 4 weeks. Dembele came off the bench to score Barca's final goal on Wednesday's 5-1 thrashing of Olympique Lyonnais, which sent the Catalan team into the quarterfinals of the Europe's top competition.
This is bad news for the boy. He just came in from an injury and he's back again on the sidelines with hamstring injuries. But sometimes this is what happens when you have muscular injuries, and they need to manage it, because that is a problem that is really common with him. I don't know what it is. Maybe they have to tell him to slow down to human pace, or maybe he has to stretch a little bit more before the games. But he's obviously having muscular problems, and they need to find a way to do it, because you can't come in for, he came in for a few, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and now he's out again for a month with the same hamstring injury. Can't have that. But for Barcelona, after the game on Wednesday, which I think is shaky, Barcelona is the one big team left in this competition I'm looking at, and I'm not sure can win it. Yeah, I'm not sure they can win it because of their defense and because of the way sometimes they disappear from games. So they go into a game, they're leading by 2-0, and all of a sudden they take their foot off the accelerator, and there's a lull. And then Leon comes back, gets 1 goal, and it looks like they're going to get a second. They don't inspire. And if you ask me, if it's a team with better quality that gets 1 goal back, that team could have come back all the way. So for me, Barcelona is the one big team in the quarterfinals that I can't put my money on.
Yes.
But they did the job against Lyon, and they're going to face another tough team this weekend, Real Betis. Right now, everybody else in Spain is out of the UCL. So Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and now they can face the job of fighting for the La Liga. Barcelona is still in Copa del Rey. They are still in UEFA Champions League. They are still in Spanish La Liga. So every single game is really big and is important, which is why this Dembele's injury is very painful, because they don't have enough. They need all their players, all hands on deck, to be able to perform big in all these games. Yes.
All right, so we have comments here on WhatsApp. Please, if you're sending your comments, kindly put your name so we can read your comments. Thank you very much. Now, MI from Makoka says, well, we have watched and listened on Twitter how the trolls taunted the Gunners. We never yielded, and so you can see we qualified. Now tell us, is this your reigns? Glory to Bastia for Pierre-Emerick, son of Aubameyang. Our Black Panther, he never freezes. Maitland Niles, also discovered vibranium at the Emirates. Arsenal forever.
Did you just say Black Panther?
Black Panther, yeah, he did.
Ayo.
No, but that's what he said though. Black Panther. That's the way he spelled. Oh gosh, I didn't even know. I thought it was a footballer's name.
No, you got the pronunciation right.
Black Panther.
Nancy said, well, Chelsea have started again. Win 1, lose 1, draw 1, win another. They should better be consistent in the league. For the UCL draws, I see the Manchester clubs facing each other. Thank you, Chinwe.
All right, Koziko says, just got to love the EPL teams right now.
Yeah, all 4 of them through to the quarterfinals.
Yeah. And Maiwa Shadari from Marina said, all I have to say is Wakanda forever. I love the bromance between Oba and
Yes, I love it too.
Yes, I said Iwobi's behavior was disgraceful yesterday. Shout out to you guys. Thank you, Maiwa.
Thank you very much, Maiwa.
And Big E from Ketu says, congratulations to Gunners for shooting high. They will win the Europa and bring in Peter Cech to keep with the team spirit. Keep up the team spirit. My boys are on fire.
On fire. All right, so we will, I think it's only up that we take the story from Arsenal because they've already preempted us.
Yes.
Okay, all right, so this one here, Arsenal joined Chelsea in Europa quarters, Inter go out. Arsenal striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang struck twice as his side beat Stade Rennes 3-0 to reach the Europa League quarterfinals and join Chelsea, who earlier yesterday trashed Dynamo Kiev 5-0 with a hat-trick from Oliver Giroud. But Inter Milan went out at a 1-0 home loss to Eintracht Frankfurt, who made the last 8 along with Napoli, Benfica, Slavia Prague, and Spanish sides Valencia and Villarreal.
Yes. So apart from Inter that played horribly, horribly yesterday. I mean, the team I was looking at was saying, okay, maybe, just maybe they'll go through, but there's something about Spalletti and the team that is just not aligning. And how he's still there is beyond me. But Jose Mourinho is jobless now, so perhaps. Anyways, going to the Chelsea game, I don't think it was really. I mean, from the first leg, Chelsea had kind of made it through. But having Giroud in the Europa Cup, the guy barely sees any games, and then he sees a few minutes and he comes on and scores a hat trick. Sometimes it's beautiful to see, and he's even going to warm the bench even more now that Higuain is around. So all these opportunities he gets to remind people that, hey, I'm still a footballer. It's good to see that. But for the Arsenal game, it was a bit tricky. First half they scored 2 quick goals. After that, it looked like there was a lull, and if you ask me, that shouldn't have happened. But they were able to come back in the second half, score another goal, and hold off Rennes from scoring. So fantastic one for them. And that Aubameyang Black Panther mask that he had. I mean, for me, you see players come out and say, I knew I was going to score and I scored, and people will hail them, and then Aubameyang does and someone says it's hope. No, this guy carried a mask from his house.
He planned
that he was going to score so that he'll wear the mask. Exactly. Now, if you're telling me it's hope, that's confidence, Baba. He came to he said, today I must show them my Prince Chaya mask. They must know. So, congratulations to Arsenal on moving on to the next round. Let's see how they take it from here. Yeah.
All right. Now, Pep Guardiola remains coy about Manchester City's chances of winning the quadruple, but his side faced Swansea in the FA Cup quarterfinals on Saturday, standing just 16 games away from clean sweep of all 4 major trophies. His statements, when he joked about this, Guardiola actually said, I said so many times, and I know you're generous, and thank you so much, guys, but every time you make that comment, we lose a competition, so I think you provoke me in that way, so the next one we'll see.
Yes, I like what he's saying. He's saying every time they talk about quadruple, that's when he will crash out of a competition. Please don't jinx me with your with your words. But yes, it's interesting. They're still in all. I mean, it's shocking. So they've won the League Cup, the Carabao Cup. They're still in the FA Cup. They're still in the Champions League, and they're still in run for EPL. That's so it's really impressive. And this weekend, it looks like, if you ask me, it looks like they're going to scale through. I think it's when Manchester City gets to the semi-final that they're really going to face their tough opponents, which I hope is Manchester United, who will beat Wolves this weekend. I hope Manchester beats Wolves so that it will be a Manchester derby. But yeah, he's saying we shouldn't jinx it. So let's not jinx it. Let's just say we hope that they do the needful and give us entertainment. Yes, that's all we are saying. If you score 7 against Shaka, what can we say? We want more goals.
All right, let's take some comments here on WhatsApp. Chimaobi Victor from Alaba International. Hi, Chimaobi. It's been a while. This Barcelona team are in a good form, but I won't be surprised if they lose against Real Betis this weekend. Why? Because they have their password.
And Tunde says, good morning, guys. It's the UCL draws today or Monday?
It's today. It's today. Today's when you know your fate.
Right, Jacob from Papa is asking now. He's saying now it's an EPL season in Europe.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And Ademola says it's nice to be an Arsenal fan these days, but what is it? Will be okay? What he did, is it okay?
Right, Chima Nancy is asking, please, where was that mask before Aubameyang scored the goal? I thought such are not allowed on the pitch.
Don't ask me where he put it, because if I cannot say, I cannot say where it came out from.
And Toby sent in this message from Lewis Street. He says, congratulations to all the 4 English clubs for their ingenuity in qualifying for this stage of the European Championship. It just goes to show that endurance and persistence pays.
All right, now Big T says UEFA to disqualify Arsenal for fielding an unlisted player, Black Panther.
Wow, very interesting. We've come to the end of the show of The Locker Room, that is. We will continue this conversation on social media. On Twitter, Tega is at Tega Supreme or at LIS International for the ladies in sports conversation. But beyond this time, at the top of the hour, Lagos, you get to talk for a Feel Good Friday.
That's right. Today is Feel Good Friday. Can you guess what we will be deliberating on at 9 a.m.? Well, your guess is as good as ours. You need to stay tuned